Let me type in there.
Oh, and Harook, we use the AIE Podcast channel in Discord. If you've seen it. Okay.
I've got it on the screen.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm tweeting out now. Dun, 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 dun.
Where are you, Discord? Oh, there you are.
Where are you, Discord?
Where are you, Discord?
Thank you.
I won't sing. I won't sing. I'm hoping that the chat room didn't. Oh, good. I hope no one heard that singing. Okay.
All right.
Oh, it's Abbo the copious notes. All right.
Yes.
Good?
I threatened to concise him down.
Well, I mean, the original version was very concise.
Right.
Awesome.
There's an expansion coming. That's it.
Yeah.
We have an expansion.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, God. No singing. All right.
Yep. Mute him if you got him. All right. We're good.
Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on this episode of the AIE Podcast.
The incursion is on Dantooine.
Countdown to Shadowbringers.
Upgrading detected.
The summer of love is almost upon us.
And we have Cyrene and Harook who are here to talk to us about AIE and all things WoW.
All that and more coming up now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome to episode 322 of the podcast celebrating you, the Alia Octa Est gaming community. The pie, wow. The die has been podcast.
Pie time.
Pardon me, I am Akala. To my left is Muko.
Greetings, guildies.
And to my right and down a floor is Tetsemi.
The pie has been Dodcast?
Shut it. Okay, now that he's done picking on me, this week we're joined by our very special guests, Cyrene and Harook, who are here to talk to us about AIE and WoW. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? What's going on?
Not much. No. That's what we ask you guys.
Yes.
In fact, I'm going to start now, and we're going to start with Harook, because it's his very first podcast ever. What have you been up to in and out of game?
Playing a lot of Warcraft, trying to keep emissaries going on like 5 characters on both sides, and also playing a lot of Fallout 76's new Nuclear Winter mode.
Very nice. Are you
Awesome.
playing with Kenny on Kenny's server, or are you playing by yourself?
I've got a couple friends I play with that
Okay.
I met in Warcraft, and then mostly by myself after that.
Gotcha. Okay, very cool.
All right. And Cy, I know your life tends to be busy, especially as the summer gets here. What's been going on with you?
The short version of the list. Here we go. My daughter joined Scouts BSA, so we've been doing a lot of stuff with Boy Scouts. Our septic died, so we just put in a new well, a new septic tank, graded the yard, reseeded the yard, poured a concrete driveway. And that's in the past. That's in the past week. Just in time for my daughter joined Scouts back in February when they let the older girls join, and the troop that she joined, half of the troop is doing summer camp locally. Half of the troop, including her and myself, are spending summer camp in Hawaii.
Oh my goodness. When is that?
We fly out. We have to leave at 1:00 in the morning on Friday morning to go to Chicago to fly out for this upcoming week. So
wow, that's a rough life.
It's so tough. I mean, watching them do merit badges in the morning, going into the volcano in the afternoon. I mean, no, it's going to be fun, but it's going to be busy.
You do know what I'm going to ask of you, right?
I'm scared now.
No, wear sunblock.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I suggest sunblock and hats.
Aloe and
Aloe?
yeah.
A parasol. Just go and buy a cheap umbrella.
Apparently,
I thought you were gonna-
as soon as we get there, we're going to Walmart to buy all of this stuff, so we don't have to take it on the plane.
Right.
Yeah, that's a smart thing.
Be aware that because you're in Hawaii, no matter where you go, it's going to, of course, be much more expensive because of the
yeah.
import and all that import taxes and all that. But yeah, no, please get sunblock.
I know.
Really, get a hat. Get something.
So much. Apparently, my daughter talked me into doing a shark dive on Friday. So yeah. Oh yeah. So we're taking the GoPro. There'll be pictures.
So that's going to be your own personal Shark Week.
But
Awesome.
yeah.
And what have you been doing in game besides what we're going to discuss later with all the lion stuff?
Nothing.
Rating, leveling. Oh wait, alliance. Yeah. Pretty much.
Awesome. All right. So Mew, what have you been doing in and out of game?
Let's see. Horseshoes and hand grenades finally got down heroic Mechatork, so that was quite the wall to beat up against for a while. The kill was very messy, and we were pretty much down to 3 people left, and running around screaming as they were trying to get him down the last percent because.
That's will take him.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there was definitely a lot of lay on hands going on and just panic mode because all the tanks were dead. I think there was one healer and a DPS running in circles trying to dot him and get him to drop. Because it's if you remember the normal version at that last 30%, it's in heroic it's more chaos because all 3 phases are going at once. So you've got sheep exploding still. You've got all of his shrinking. He's adding more and more robots. There's not enough people to fit in the robots. They're all over the place. It's just chaos. So yeah, and then a couple of attempts on the stone wall that everyone loves to beat up against. But that one's going to be a little easier, I think, once we get into second phase because of you can control the debuff. So
yeah,
as opposed to normal, which still makes it random, which is kind of annoying.
Which is why we've never been back.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's it for Warcraft stuff. Other than I did level a warrior up to 120, and I'm working on a shaman, but that's just little bits here and there. I've been spending a lot more time in Final Fantasy 14. I got a second character through the story, so kind of refreshed myself for the ending because I finished Stormblood probably months ago, so I kind of went through it again just to kind of remind myself, where we were in the story and what's coming. So, I believe we might have helped some people with the Crystal Tower raid.
Yes,
that was last week, I think. So that was fun. It's going to be surprisingly relevant in Shadowbringers, apparently.
Cool.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. And you get now that you've done that, once you get to the end of Stormblood, there is a different dialogue going on. It's not anything major, but they acknowledge the fact that you're at least familiar with what's going on at the tower.
That's good.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. All right, Tet, what have you been up to?
Honestly, mostly Final Fantasy 14. In fact, I think I may have done WoW dailies twice this week. I keep forgetting to log in because there's just nothing to do until 8.2 hits. Yeah, we hung out in raid and chatted, but yeah, we're definitely on hiatus until 8.2 drops. But I made it through A Realm Reborn, got all the way through the cutscene of Palooza twice. It's a lot of cutscenes, but it's good story. And I made it entirely through the first zone in Heaven's Ward and got flying in there. And now I'm trying to find the last quest I need in the Dravanian Forelands. Not easy to say.
No.
To unlock
Dragon
flying
place.
there. Yeah, the Dragon Place. So, but I am really enjoying it. My Bard is 55, almost 56 right now.
Yeah, you're enjoying that road to 60 buff.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I've like I said, I've been doing a lot of Final Fantasy 14 besides working. So, and looking forward to A2 when it comes out. What about you,
Yep.
McCullough?
Well, also you've been doing a lot of dishes because I've had 4 dinner parties in the last 8 days.
Wow.
So, and 2 of which were really big. We did our Parents' Day brunch last Saturday, which is a huge to do, and then D&D night, girls' night, and then last night we hosted a game night with a bunch of people, including a lot of guildies actually. Kenny, what the heck is John's name?
I forget
Done.
his in-game name.
Yeah. I felt sorry. So Kitty and her husband came, Robin and her husband came. Of course, we were there. So yeah, no, we had I think we ended up having 12 people at the house, played board games, played Kill Dr. Lucky. Some of the kids played a game called Imhotep, which is like I think it is like you're trying to build your tomb before your opponents do.
Yeah.
There's different things that give us that give you the ability to do that. And then we played a game called Would You Rather, which was rather kind of very
adult oriented.
All I know is the next time I take a vacation towards your guys' area, I'm crashing one of your parties.
Oh, totally.
All I hear about is all this great food that you make. And
if you're coming this way, we'll plan one.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
And
take
at their house.
Exactly. Oh yeah, no, that happens. Or so and so's in town, like Mew knows. All right, so we have a meetup on Wednesday, and you're coming over Tuesday night for dinner.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. You're going to Chino's, and now we have a new breakfast or a dinner stuff place afterwards.
Yep.
nice.
Yep. We're kind of the party people. But also speaking of parties, rather rarity, all 3 of my D&D groups met this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was nice. So in between dinner parties, well, one of which was our it was D&D and dinner.
D&D.
Yeah.
Dungeons dinner.
So and then Sunday was drinking and dragons because Sweetgrass was a little toasty. It was a good time. And of course with me, half the people I play with actually. Okay, besides like 2 people, also all the people I play with are guildies, either AIE or Tadpole members.
Yep.
So that's kind of been what I've been doing socially. We have yet another con in a few weeks. We have one over the 4th of July weekend, so we're trying to gear up for that. We actually ended up going up north to a town called Prescott the other night, and they have this really great gaming shop up there, and I can buy Q Laboratories D20 and D10 dice for $1.25 each, which is a steal for them to put in the jewelry. So we had a road trip just because I needed dice.
Yep. Needed supplies for the business.
Yes. All right. So I think that's about it for the chit in the chat. We're going to talk about WoW in just a few minutes, but if you don't mind, let's go ahead and cover this week's news.
AIE News.
All right. So we have Mandatory Fun Night, where fun is mandatory, but attendance is not. A couple of games have moved days, so make sure you double check when each game is running. Okay, in 15 minutes, STO. So if you're involved in STO, you need to leave the chat room. You need to go. We understand completely. So that's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. On Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, it's Guild Wars 2. Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time or 8 o'clock max time is SOTOR. Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern is Final Fantasy 14. Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern is ESO. Also Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern is Final Fantasy 14 Late Night. Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern is New Braid in WoW. And lastly, Saturday at 8:30 Eastern, that should have been before New Braid, and that disturbs me, is Lord of the Rings Online.
It's been that way for the past few months. So.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't read it, so it didn't disturb me. But now I see it, and it needs to be in order.
All right, fine.
Thank you, Karen feeding of your control freak.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, and in streaming and guild podcast news, SWTOR Escape Podcast 295 onslaught of information. We're gonna get one of those soon, actually. We have this week with SEMA, Max, and Astromech EPC 295 walking through all the onslaught and spoils news, including the live stream, blog, and forum posts. And then in episode 296, Pirate Recursion. Is that like a recursion of pirates?
It is.
Pirates on Pirates and Pirates. SEMA, Max, and EPC 296 talk all about how Dantooine Parent Event has been going on and what our plans are for week 2. Then, this looks like...
Working Class Nerds, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Working Class Nerds, episode 46, Norman's Night in the Cave, part 2. We have Nick and Marcus joined by Nick. Is that an I?
It is.
Iorfino?
Yep. From Bactrian Games, the creators Norman's Night in the Cave. Mr. Iorfino talks about what it's like to develop WCN's favorite game from PAX East, and the host also breaks down SWTOR's changes in game update 5.10.3. Spoils.
Excellent.
And speaking of Star Wars, the new hotness in Star Wars The Old Republic this month is the Pirate Incursion event, as we mentioned, on the planet of Dantooine. That, together with Double XP Week, has been a prime time for leveling, rep grinding about any other rank or number you'd like to raise. The heroic quests were challenging enough to require groups, so guild groups and community pugs abounded. There are a number of achievements associated with the stuff on Dantooine as well. The planet will be available for exploration and possibly even resource gathering after the event is over, but we don't know exactly what that looks like until next week. Some of the achievements may be doable then or may require the event to be in progress. We shall see. After this week, the pirate event will go into rotation with all the other existing events. In guild news, the June Mega was a PvP night hosted by Marcus and coached by Guildie Medulla. Medulla explained the PvP maps and gave insights into what to look for, when to use abilities, and lots of other good info. We used Star Wars The Old Republic's feature that allowed us to have our own instance of a war zone to duke it out between two teams of guildies. They even had a small cheering section. They closed the night with a tour of Guildie Liberty's Stronghold, which was really incredible to see. Marcus wants to make Stronghold viewing a staple of Mega, so if you'd like your Stronghold to be featured, just let him know. As we mentioned, Mandatory Fun Night continues on Tuesday nights, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Max time. This week, they ran around on Dantooine and did some grouping up for heroics. And in Ops news, after 6 months of working on Dread Fortress Hard Mode, Death Star Troopers, they finally killed Brontes. Congratulations. Also, SUP has cleared the 5 ops and counting, and apparently they're having more fun than Marcus B. According to them, I sense an Operation Throwdown coming.
Ooh. All right, 2 show notes. First of all, Max's birthday was on Friday, so please feel free to sing to him in any channel except for this one, because singing is only for the free show. And Dankinia's husband is Elkarth, and I'm very embarrassed that I did not remember that off the top of my head. All right.
There you go.
And in ESO news, at E3, they announced the next 2 DLCs for ESO for the Season of the Dragon. They are Scalebreaker and Dragonhold. There is no new release date yet, however. And again, mandatory fun nights in ESO are 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit up the channel in Discord. Bugged in Kenya. I know Tut's was hanging out there the other night, and a good time was had by all.
Yep.
All right, time for that onslaught of information. Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers is nearly here. The 3rd, or maybe 4th, depending on how many you're counting, expansion of the Final Fantasy XIV saga. The Warrior of Light, that's you, the player, will travel to the 1st and try to save that parallel world from the light consuming the world, vastly impacting all worlds. To do so, the Warrior of Light must become the Warrior of Darkness, or something along those lines. The launch schedule that we're paying attention to is that Friday, June 28th, will be the start of early access, early in the morning at like 2 a.m., super early. If you've ever been part of an MMO expansion launch, there's going to be queues, there's going to be bugs, there's going to be all kinds of impatience. So be ready for all the zaniness as you log in. But it's pretty much a required experience if you've ever been part of an MMO. It's not going to be perfect. They're doing what they can to mitigate it. I know that Yoshi P says that they're going to try to avoid the problems we had last time with Raobound Extreme, where you tried to talk to Raobound for a little private instance and it would crash, and you'd see a literal line, a physical line of players waiting in line to talk to him so that it didn't crash. They're going to instance that now so that it's actually a queue and you wait and all that fun stuff. Anyway, the big day, the official day, will be July 2nd. That's the actual launch of the game. Just in time for July 4th, that all of our U.S. peeps are going to have off. But we're going to be pretty busy on the 2nd, it looks like. Then approximately 2 weeks after that, on July 16th, patch 5.01 will release the story mode of Eden, which is the first 8-player raid. Basically gives everybody 2 weeks to get the max if you want to see all that fun stuff. Usually prior to the first mini patch, we'll have access to just extreme primals in the current expansion. We expect to see the same, but there's been no confirmation yet. They usually let us know. Then 2 weeks after that, on July 30th, patch 5.05 will release the Savage mode of Eden, which is essentially kind of like heroic or mythic modes of raids, so same kind of cadence. Also, the high-end tombstones of Phantasmagoria will become available. Finally, the new dungeons will be available. The dungeons of Li Giha. All right. New expansion features are many, and to hear about those, you might want to listen to our previous podcast. We've talked a lot about them, including ones we've had with Abo on. So those are where you're going to want to listen in.
And conveniently he's on next podcast. So
there you go.
Next week as well.
Yep. You're going to get all the information you never wanted
from the horse's mouth.
Yep. Quick recap is that we are going up to level 80 for everything except for Blue Mage. We'll have 2 new jobs, Gunbreaker and Dancer, and Machinist is basically a new job because they're just throwing it away. It was basically a poor man's bard. So, and then other than that, if you're curious about playing with us and haven't started yet, Final Fantasy XIV is a story-first MMO, not a gameplay-first MMO, meaning that you get to see everything organically. You'll need to play through everything unless you buy a skip. Don't buy the skip. Don't buy the skip. You want to go through the story at least once. It's worth it. You'll have to go through A Realm Reborn, which is 2.0. You can get that part of the starter edition, or you might have already gotten it free from Twitch or from a friend. Heaven's Ward is currently free until until June 27th. So get in on that quick. And then Stormblood is the current expansion that'll be becoming the old expansion soon. And that is going to be part of if you buy the Shadowbringers purchase right now, you'll get all of that. So, that'll be fun. There are skips, but like you said, if this is your first time through, don't skip. You'll miss so much good content. It's worth it. Other than that, getting in is going to be very easy now. We're not requiring an Umami application. There's also no level requirements, and there's no factions to worry about in Vic. So if you want to join us, create a character on the Crystal Data Center in the Goblin server is where we live. Drop down to the Final Fantasy XIV Discord channel. It's FFXIV. And ask for an invite from one of our happy officers. Will extend the free company guild invite over to you. Other than that, we have a quick note about membership being way up since the announcement of Shadowbringers. Probably a good part of that, too, is the Twitch promotion. I think that helped a lot. And we're basically just welcoming in all the new players. If you are new, don't worry about it, because we will be happy to help you. Lots of people are eager to help you because it's going to help them, too. But other than that, we do have success with 2 mandatory fun nights a week. We have the one on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern and the later one on Fridays at around 11 p.m. Eastern. If you need anything done, ask for it then. There's going to be people waiting and eager to play with you. So you say, hey, I need to do this dungeon. Speak up. We'll help you. The other neat thing is that Goblin is now a preferred server. So you're going to get an EXP boost. Yeah, it's real convenient. You wouldn't know it. It doesn't seem like it's an empty server, but that's kind of what.
It seems busy.
Well, that's the thing is preferred server is like the bottom tier of servers that have the least amount of people, but because we have so many people, it's crowded, so it's funny.
Yeah.
But because it's funny to be a preferred server, but also have login queues. That doesn't
That's odd.
Yeah.
So but we're gonna do a wave throwback, which is hashtag AIE problems.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Yep. But yeah, no, you join us. It's a 3x XP boost. So up
Sweet.
until level 60, you're gonna zoom right through. So you'll have a very easy leveling. We can't wait to see everyone in Shadowbringers. We are eager to see everyone coming back in there. And as we said earlier, they will be on the AIE podcast next time in 2 weeks ish.
Yep.
So we'll let you know how things are going.
Awesome.
Yep. And one thing that we need to skip back to in Star Wars is there was a great shout out for the Escape podcast with Max and Seema on the front page of the Star Wars official site. And we put the link in the show notes. That is a great write up, and really glad to see that the Old Republic official site is acknowledging the good work that Max and Seema are doing with the podcast and the AIE community. So that's really good to see. And speaking of Star Trek, Wars, Star Trek. All right, we're moving on. Yeah.
Stars.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Live long and may the force be with you. All right.
I will
here
kill
we go.
you. I do not care if it's Father's Day.
All right, TIE Pilot. Anyway, Fleet Colony is upgrading to Tier 1. We unlock Tier 1 of each of the 3 branches, giving them a daily production of resources for the coming projects. They've unlocked the coffer donation ability for everyone in the fleet, so now they can donate resources even if the projects are currently filled up. The Crystalline event is currently going on, and a reminder that Mandatory Fun Night is every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, which is in 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yep.
Seriously, if you play STO, leave the chat room or keep the chat room, but go play.
Yeah.
Yep. And it looks like Smoke's already in the voice channel for STO, so wave at Smoke. All right.
It's different than waving at Snoke because that's
exactly
back to Star Trek.
Star Wars.
Anyways, and with that, wow. With that, let's get back to Cyrene and Haruk and find out what's going on in WoW.
So, actually, I'm gonna let Semi talk about the first item because he made it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Of course.
Yep. Just for
Of course
everyone,
he did, right? It's a spreadsheet.
Uh-huh.
No, it's actually a form. It's a form. You do forms,
clicky?
but yeah, on the back end, it's a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
No, there's an informal poll up about WoW Classic. What basically what type of server do we want to be on, and do we want to be Horde? Do we want to be Alliance? Both. So feel free to fill out the survey and give us an idea of if you are going to play WoW Classic and you are looking for the AIE guild to be there, where you'd like us to be. So
Awesome.
And the link's in the show notes.
Yes. Or just hit set up in game, out of game, wherever.
It's in Discord.
I think it's also pinned in the WoW channel in Discord.
I
So
think it is.
yep.
All right. So now, Sign Haruk, what's going on in WoW?
You want to talk about the first part or the next part? He's never been on the show. I want to give him a chance. Otherwise, I'll just talk.
Well, we can talk
Yes.
about 8.2 coming up.
I'll let you
Hopefully.
talk about that. Okay.
Hopefully,
Yep.
very, 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 very soon. I'm still predicting the 25th. A lot of people are saying July 2nd.
Well, because they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the Final Fantasy expansion, of course.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Final Fantasy expansion, they'll want to do the 25th, and they'll want to avoid having it on a holiday weekend where they'll have less staff.
Yeah.
True.
And then the raid will be right after the 4th.
Oh no, I can tell you from experience working there that holidays don't phase us when launching the game. It's,
Yeah.
it's launch. Okay, run away.
But yeah, you're right, because early access for Final Fantasy 14 is June 28th. So if they launch it on the 25th, then they've got everyone, busy in WoW. So
Yeah, I can
Wasn't
see them
there-
doing that too.
Wasn't there a major release over like Christmas or something that they said they really
Oh, yeah.
should have waited until after Christmas?
Yeah, because it's like most companies in the gaming industry, that golden week between Christmas and New Year's, everyone takes it off. It's an
Yeah.
industry standard because
Yeah.
it's literally a waste of everyone's time to try to get anyone to work during that week.
I don't work during that week, so I can't blame them.
Yeah, I don't work either.
I do have to work, sadly.
So what in-game events are coming up?
Well, coming up this week on Tuesday, this week's event is Time Walking, and it's Burning Crusade, so you get a chance to do Black Temple again.
Nice.
Still haven't gotten Illidan on that, but wonders never cease.
Right.
Friday starts the Midsummer Fire Festival, so if you're still leveling alts, getting the bonfires and stuff, and the ribbon dancing, that tends to be pretty good for XP gains.
Mhm.
And then in July, we have the Fireworks Spectacular for 4th of July, obviously. Something called Luminous Luminaries on July 13th. I don't think I've seen that on the calendar before. I could be wrong. But it says it was, apparently we get to go find underwater glow-in-the-dark fishy type
fun.
things in Vashir. So,
Mhm. Oh, but you have to go to Vashir.
yeah.
Oh,
Better have your
That's a good place to do
seahorses.
that.
Yeah.
And then on July 22nd, the Auction House Dance Party is coming back. So if you missed it before, it's there's not really anything like super special about it, but it's kind of cool because in the auction house they have a big like disco dance floor, and there's a disco ball, and the floor lights up in colors. It's kind of fun to just go hang out in there and dance around, and I don't know, it's kind of cool. But
Cool. All right. So, and what's the status of the Alliance Guild?
167 members currently.
Nice.
Nice.
So getting stronger. Still need more. Need lots more so we can beat the Horde Guild out.
That's not happening. So.
Yeah.
everybody
Ray-
faction changed. No.
Yeah.
I actually did faction change a character over, so just to raid.
I server transferred. Does that count? I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, it helps too. Raid team's doing good, 4-9. Still recruiting. Probably forever be recruiting, especially during the summer.
Right.
We have an official name now that wasn't one I picked.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Oh.
No one liked unnamed raid team. I don't know why.
See, I
Kind
said
of vague.
traders. I said traders among us, but
Oh
you know.
yeah, that's a good one.
Well, officially, we are now Hell Froze Over, and we raid Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. And we also accept cross faction. We have a few people from Airy Peak and a couple other realms that are joining us every week.
Cool.
We also have our raid bank tab, 7th bank tab open, so the raiders have somewhere to put feasts and cauldrons for immediate use.
Wonderful.
So, there's a giant list of achievements to open the 8th bank tab, which we are nowhere close to unlocking yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But the a couple people on the Alliance team put up the money to pay for the 7th tab so
Wonderful.
that the Alliance raid team could join the raid system that we set up. So there's a raider rank in the Alliance Guild now, and it's set up just like the raid teams are on the Horde side. So that's kind of cool.
So no matter what faction we are, AIE is always generous.
That's right.
And if you want to help with the the guild achievements, look at the Stay Classy ones. There are several races we don't have maxed out for characters.
I'm sure.
Like the Pandaren especially has Monk, and that's it.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, we're missing a lot. We're not saying
we
that you have to pay for a boost. We're just saying we're missing a lot.
Leveling is quick now. It's a lot of fun.
Especially the invasions. Do the invasions. You get so the invasions in WoW, if you don't know, they're doing them like they did in Legion. So the Horde invades the Alliance invades the Horde, that sort of thing. There's 5 world quests that pop up. They're available if you're under 120. If you do 4 of them and turn the main quest back in, you get an XP boost buff for an hour that boosts your XP plus the XP you get for doing the world quest, which is quite significant. So it's definitely, if you're leveling alts, it's definitely worth doing the invasions if you see them pop up. So
Wonderful.
if you didn't know that, now you do.
Now you do. And knowing is half the battle.
Combine that with the fire festivals,
Yeah.
Right?
And
Or
Dark
the
Fair.
Dark Moon Fair.
and Dark
Yep.
Fair.
And I also heard someone was mentioning too that if you had the full set of heirloom gear, that doing the island invasions is actually pretty fast way to level as well.
I heard
Yeah,
that
I've heard
too.
that
I
very
haven't
quick.
tried it either.
I haven't tried it either. That's probably my next experiment.
Yeah,
I-
it is, but you have to watch out for one thing, especially when 8.2 hits. Apparently, if for whatever reason somebody has turned off their experience and then joins in an island group, it reduces the experience gained for the entire group by like 95%.
Wow.
Wow.
No
Sounds like
idea
a bug.
why they're doing it, but yeah.
That is a bug
No,
and not a feature.
Yes.
No, it's a feature, and that's what they're discussing why they're doing it. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's
Well, then I
Yeah,
would want
check
to
out
know.
Wowhead for that.
Yeah, I would want to know because then I would not be part of that group if that's the whole point of being there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I boosted a druid on the alliance side, so I have
Mhm.
two 120s now. But from 110 to 120, it's I don't have that many heirlooms. I don't have a full set, but it still only took the entire storyline of one zone and like half the storyline of another zone to get to 120.
Oh yeah, it's
So you don't have to do the whole thing. And I of course did the invasions when they came up and everything, so it was a big help. But
And Seema just said that the reason for that debuff is because people were selling IE runs as twinked 110s with the XP turned off.
well, then look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they came in as 110, the 110 with all the Legion stuff is really overpowered, and especially if they got twinked out, I could see them just tearing through islands really fast. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, if you see someone at level 110, maybe might want to get a look at them.
Ask them what are they doing there.
Man.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah, they said the most common thing to do was have a 110 twink for island carries. You use legendaries, artifact, gear it up as much as you can, gem with BFA gems until that was hot fixed, and then most classes could pretty much solo islands. So yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
That is not. Come on, people. You guys. Gamer's gonna game.
Exactly. Game the system. So
Gaming, everything, man. I'm telling you.
I
Right.
know.
So don't do that, people.
Is Harook back? I don't know. He said his power cut out.
I know.
Oh no.
No.
Right. Well, we'll just have to power on without him. How?
Wait, hey, never mind.
man.
It's Father's Day. I guess you're allowed.
Hey, intend your puns. It's Father's Day. Dad jokes are, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sai, tell us about what you've heard so far for AIE Summer of Love.
Because that is
It is. It is very soon. So Summer of Love, for people that don't know, is always the week surrounding Remembrance Day.
Mhm.
So this year it's going to be Sunday, July 28th to Saturday, August 3rd. Remembrance Day is always on August 2nd, so that's Friday night this time. So we should be able to get a lot of people. Usually each game division will post where they meet. I know Star Wars always meets in the same spot. WoW always meets at the Shrine. And we'll all meet at the same time for the most part. Everybody gets in Discord. And usually afterwards, I know WoW does a walk. And I think Beefy and his crew is going to do fireworks again like they usually do. So I do know that one of the things I want to do is I know that a lot of people that play the Alliance on the WoW side are only playing Alliance on the WoW side. Some are playing both sides. So I think I'm going to kind of gauge the interest, but I think this year I'm going to see if we can find a spot for the WoW Alliance side to meet up during Remembrance.
awesome.
So that they can participate as well. To figure that out. But I do know that on Tuesday, July 30th, is the quest for that week is the world quest. We have to get 20 world quests.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to host a party on the Alliance side that night so that we can all group up into groups and run through as many world quests as we can possibly do during the night, and not just enough to hit the mark, but like my goal would be to do every world quest except for probably the pet battles and stuff, because not everybody does the pets.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that would be kind of fun to do as a guild on the Alliance side. And then on the Horde side, on Wednesday night, is actually the world event, the mini event, the Kirin Tor Tavern Crawl, which, if you've seen them the last couple times we've done them on the WoW side, it's been pretty epic. So we're going to do a Tavern Crawl again that just happens to coincide with Summer of Love. Yeah. So
I've read about history. Summer of Love, there was some debauchery. It's fun.
Yeah. Usually SOTOR does stuff. I know some of the other game divisions will do stuff, and as soon as we get a full list of everything that's going on, we'll be putting a blog post up and putting the schedule out. It'll be in Discord. Everybody will have all that information, so we'll have all that posting up soon, so make sure you keep an eye out for it. But definitely mark your calendars for Friday night, because that is Remembrance Day. If you have not attended Remembrance Day before, you need to attend.
It's one of the most.
Yeah,
one of our it's our most meaningful event, and we've had people that have joined the guild because they happen to witness Remembrance Day.
So I'm going to throw this back to Tets, just because I know he's been around probably longer than I have. But I know we talk about Remembrance Day, and I know we get a lot of new people that might be watching that have just joined the guild recently. Can you just, couple minutes, just explain really what Remembrance Day is, where it came from? Because I know you have all that info.
So back when the guild first existed, there was a member whose in-game character was Milliways, and he was a very generous person. Helped people out. Would somebody would say, "Hey, I need help with this," and he'd be there to help out, or make crafted gear, or any number of things. And we were I forget which expansion it was. I want to say it was in Wrath, but it may have been earlier than that.
It was the very, very early days of the guild.
Yeah. He unexpectedly passed away. And so the next year that it came up, they decided to hold a remembrance for him, and then realized, there are other people that have come and gone that we may not know as well as somebody like Milliways and stuff like that. So it turned into, AIE and WoW doing a Remembrance Day for everyone that's, been lost, passed on, family members. We had people that have lost, pets that have been with them forever. It just turned into a general think of who's been with you, who you've lost day. And then as we added games like the Old Republic and other games, Star Trek Online, Lord of the Rings Online, the membership in those games all also have Remembrance Day at the same time. So it's really turned into an AIU game-wide day of remembrance for everyone. So
yeah, so
that's
it's a beautiful event.
For it.
We meet at the Shrine of the Fallen Warrior. In WoW. March to Orgrimmar. Weapons are put away, pets are put away. It is a peaceful RP walk, and we just talk. A lot of the times, one of the community leaders will give, not give a speech, but talk.
Say a few words, that kind of thing.
Say a few words, and just give people a chance to talk about those they've loved and lost in game. It's gorgeous, and a lot of the time we've even had members of other guilds, members of other factions come along and just walk with us.
Yeah.
And he was also the impetus for something, Sai, I know you're really familiar with, which was the craft fair.
Craft fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
Yeah.
He was the impetus for a lot of the soul of AIE, along with Ralph, was another one that we've lost. Very much the soul of who we are.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep. So, we kind of evolved based around this whole summer of love, where we just, we love everybody. We love the guild. I think usually there's a coop too, so I'll talk to Grim Cow about that, but that might be Saturday night. He tends to run them on a Saturday. So we'll get some more information. But like I said, once the game division start getting back to us, we get a list going. We'll put up a schedule in Discord, and you can pick and choose what events you want to attend to on what nights and when you can and everything else. So,
and Sai loves it so much that she actually physically got married during the Summer of Love.
I
to a guildie
did.
with
I
guildies
did.
as her attendees. And
I did, and we went back and we looked at it, and Ralph was actually the one that presided over that wedding.
Yep, he sure did.
We took over Stormwind Cathedral, and the best part was we got married in game during Summer of Love, and then the following weekend we got married in real life, and we still had guildies standing up with us.
Yeah, yep.
So that was.
And I remember being late. I remember being late for Remembrance Day, or not being able to get to Remembrance Day because I was flying home from your wedding.
Yeah.
That was a good time. So yeah, you love Summer of Love so much that you actually got married during it.
I just love AIE. What can I say?
All right. So any more WoW stuff going on that you guys want to talk about?
I don't know. Haruk, I know you came back. Is there anything else you know of? I don't think so.
I do want to plug that we're still recruiting on the Alliance side. We need casters. I think we have one coffee, maybe two coffees.
I'm pretty sure because of the Colteran druids that we have half of the raid team are druids right now or something ridiculous.
The first week there were 6, I think.
Oh wow!
For like 15 people.
So if you're a clothy, then that you'll be able to get really good gear.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we have a demon hunter tank. We have a rogue. So if you need leather, it's also
Yeah.
If you need leather gear, we got it for you.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I think that is our show for this evening. While the chat room begins suggesting show titles, I almost said show tunes. We want to thank
We can do that too.
So, right?
Do some show tunes.
One night in Bangkok. All right.
All right.
Tell me they'll be singing.
I can go with some chess. We want to thank Haruk and Cyrene for joining us tonight. So, guys, where can we find you besides Cyrene in game? Remember those left sharks? Go to Cyrene.
Oh, don't get me started on left sharks. I think the last time I counted, I had almost 450.
Excellent.
Is that all?
Oh my goodness.
I haven't checked the bank recently. But you can find me on Twitter at Cyrene AIE. You can find me in Discord, in game, everywhere.
Everywhere that Cyrenes are found.
On here, I mean, my rogue's name is Cyrene with an A on the Alliance side. You can't really miss me on either side. So I got a rogue on both sides, and they're both named Cyrene.
Of course.
On the same server.
Of course. And Haruk, where can we find you?
You can't find me anywhere. No.
Okay, great. So you're also a rogue. Got it.
I'm a feral druid. No.
All right, so you blend in.
No, I'm on Twitter at Haruk_Haruk_. I don't post really anything. I'm on Facebook, but that's mostly just family.
Right. Awesome.
Wow. Timber just posted like 5 show titles.
Yeah. They're all
wow.
right, too.
All right.
And don't forget Seamus as well. So yeah.
Yes.
If any of you have questions or comments about our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. I am at The Mew Cow. Makala is at Cyberwaif. And Tetsemi is at Irie Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us on our website, which is aie-guild.org/podcast-live-stream. And our Discord server for chat is at aie-guild.info/discord, because now we're part of the AIE Discord instead of a separate one.
We are.
Woo!
We are.
Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul on Twitter or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
And now it's time to play all of the great AIE member segments we received this week, including Ask Buxley from Ask Buxley.
And thanks for your podcast segment.
Exactly.
Indeed.
All right. And next time we'll be talking to the aforementioned Abavan about AIE and Final Fantasy XIV. So until then, AIE, this is Makala.
This is Mew.
This is Tetsemi.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Doom, doom.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Actually, we didn't talk at all about Classic.
Oh,
We talked about the poll.
a little
Yeah.
about
A little
the,
bit. Yeah, a little bit.
well, yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
There's
that
not
just
much
means
to
we have
talk
to
about.
have somebody else to come on later on in WoW. So,
Yeah, exactly.
not me, not me.
I think you have to get.
I love you people, but I am not
You
playing
do this.
Classic.
I think you'd end up having to get all the original show hosts too to talk about that. You have to get Dills and all them.
Dills and
Oh,
yeah.
that'd be fun.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Cool. All right. Well, you guys get to suggest the show titles, so or get to pick the suggested show titles. So
Oh, let me look then.
I'm gonna let Harouk pick.
Uh-oh.
I know, that's scary.
I'm liking the Alliance Needs You that Tibber posted.
I don't know that I like that.
Yeah, but guys, but we let the guests
I-
pick,
I know.
unfortunately.
It's
Traitors Among
funny.
Us, the Alliance needs you. There, I've had
Hey,
it.
There you go.
traitors!
There you
Among- What? We have an official guild. It's not traitors anymore.
Okay,
I'm actually having more fun playing on the Alliance side lately than I've had on the Horde side in a long time.
Also, seriously, everything on the Alliance side is within like 5 feet. What is up
It's
with that?
ridiculous.
It's so much
They're
easier.
lazy.
Yeah, the bank's there, the portals are there, the boat's there, the
Yeah.
raid entrance for BFD is there.
It's because Alliance is easy mode. I said it.
At least that part is.
Well, so is the latest raid, honestly.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. You don't have all the frost things from Jaina.
Yeah,
Annoying
the
everything.
Frost Gauntlets. Yeah, Frost
Hate that
Gauntlet.
part.
And the undead monkey. You gotta love the undead monkey.
The Undead Monkey is awesome. I
Hey,
want
we
that
get
as
to
a
fight
hunter
the
pet.
live monkey, not the. We make him undead. No.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
in the
want an
next
undead.
expansion we can go tame that as a pet.
I want an
Exactly.
undead monkey hunter pet.
Oh, he's undead,
Yeah.
so you won't be able to. Maybe the beast one.
Yeah. There are some hunter pets that look like they should be undead.
Yeah. There are.
A couple bears, a couple boars.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
true. That is true.
All right. So
Not
which one are we
yet.
going with?
I still like the Alliance Needs You.
Yeah, no, let's say you're
We
the
should-
guest.
We should frame that with a picture of Harouk, so it's like Uncle Sam, like the Alliance needs you. Join now.
Or you could modify it and say Hell froze over, Alliance needs you.
That works.
That's true. I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, because it works into the raid group and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I don't I love whoever came with that name because that was hilarious.
That is funny.
I don't
It-
remember
it-
who it was.
I don't know, but we put it up for voting with the raid team one night, and it like overwhelmingly won the naming vote.
I bet.
I'm
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Sounds like we
All
have
right.
All right.
Cool.
Well-
Well, chat room, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having us.
Yeah. Thank you for being on, and we will talk to you guys later. I'm going to go ahead and kill the podcast.